Okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
What is up, all you luscious Les Paul loving lesbians? DenDenBMX here. Should I still say DenDenBMX or should I just start going by DenDen? I don't know. And in today's video, I have captured 3 different generations of Epiphone Les Paul Custom, and I'm gonna make them fight to the death. But not just for our sick enjoyment. Hopefully this is gonna help you all decide which Epiphone Les Paul Custom is the right one for you. Now, in the year of our Lord 2025, Epiphone is currently selling 2 different Epiphone Les Paul Customs. They are selling the $799 Epiphone Les Paul Custom with the Kalamazoo headstock, and they are also selling the $1299 Epiphone inspired by Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul Custom. That is a name. But before that, there was the Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro, and you can still find plenty of those on the used market for around 500 bucks. Now, there are even older generations of Epiphone Les Paul Custom, but these are the 3 most recent, and I feel like those are the 3 most relevant. In today's video, we are going to be comparing both the specs and the sounds of these 3 Epiphone Les Paul Customs, and then you guys are going to go down there in the comments and let me know what you guys think. Starting off with the oldest one in the bunch, we have this 2014 Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro. These older Epiphones come with a mahogany body and a maple cap. We've got a mahogany neck and a rosewood fretboard on this one. The neck shape on the Custom Pros is the Slim Taper D, which is one of my favorite neck shapes. This one's a very interesting Slim Taper D because it has this like real flat spot on the center of the neck. It's interesting, but it feels good. As you can see, this has the old Epiphone headstock shape. Now, it wasn't really the shape of this headstock that I never liked on these old Epiphones. What I really never liked about these old Epiphone Les Paul Customs was that they didn't come with the full-size diamond inlay, which I think is very important to the visuals of a Les Paul Custom. And I feel like they only made it smaller just because this headstock is overall a little bit smaller, but I was not a very big fan of that particular artificial product differentiation. This comes with a set of gold kidney button Grover tuners, which are fine, but I don't like how ugly they are. They look like a bell end. They look like a baboon's penis. Now, these Custom Pros come with the Epiphone Pro Bucker pickups. Now, on the Custom Pro, the Pro Buckers are wired to have split coils on both the bridge and the neck, but these also have a push-pull on the neck tone pot, which inverts the phase on this model, so you can get that quacky Peter Green tone. And yeah, those are the specs for the 2014 Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro. Up next, we have the $800 modern day bass version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom. Now, don't freak out. I know this guitar is yellow. This is a bone stock $800 Epiphone Les Paul Custom. The only thing I did to it was I sprayed some amber tinted nitro lacquer on it to make it look like I chain smoked next to this thing since I was 5. I have a whole video documenting the process. You can go check it out if you want. They started making these in 2020, but my particular one is from 2021. This one only has a mahogany body. There's no maple cap on this version. This also has a mahogany neck with the Slim Taper D shape, but this one comes with an ebony fretboard, so it is more accurate to a real Gibson Les Paul. Another change that people thought was an overall net good was they changed the headstock shape, and they went back to the old Kalamazoo Epiphone headstock. When you're looking at this headstock from face on, it is a little awkward and pear-shaped, but since this headstock was bigger, they were now able to put the full-size diamond inlay on Epiphone Les Paul Customs, which to me personally was the biggest upgrade. This also comes with a set of gold, questionably shaped Grover tuners. They may be ugly as sin, but they do work all right. I just wish they, you know, looked better. The pickups for this guitar are also the Epiphone Pro Buckers, but instead of having all that split coil in and out of phase gobbledygook, they opted to just go for 4 normal CTS pots. And that's the specs for the $800 version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom. And finally, that brings us to this big ol' honker. This is the most recent Epiphone Les Paul Custom to be released, and it is the Hold on, I had to take a breath because this thing has a mouthful of a name. This is the 2024 Epiphone inspired by Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul Custom. The SEO on that name alone is insane. This is silly, but I'm going to propose a hypothetical to you. If you were a guitar, would you rather your name be something like this guitar, or would you rather your name be something like an Ibanez guitar? Basically, would you want a really long, redundant name, or would you rather be your name just something that someone just smashed on a keyboard? Anyway, one of the biggest talking points of this Epiphone Les Paul Custom is that it retails for $1,300, which is $500 more than the other Epiphone Les Paul Custom they currently sell, and it is $800 more than the average price of a used older Epiphone Les Paul Custom. Now for the body on this version, it is again a mahogany body and a maple cap. They brought it back for this version. Once again, we have a mahogany neck and an ebony fretboard, but the neck shape on these inspired by Gibson custom shops are the same size as the current Gibson Les Paul Custom, which is more of a medium C. Like, it's not one of those gargantuan California redwood size necks that Zach Wilde likes. It's got like a tasteful girth to it. That is what she said. Your guys' mom's vocabulary is rubbing off on me. So yeah, the neck on this one is definitely a bit bigger than the Slim Taper D, but it's definitely not a baseball bat. However, the biggest selling point for this $1,300 Epiphone inspired by Gibson custom shop Les Paul Custom is that they started using the Gibson open book headstock for this version. And I gotta say, damn, it looks good. I have said a few things about this version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom, but one thing you are never gonna hear me say anything even remotely negative about this guitar is the headstock shape. Kind of whack that you gotta pay $500 more to get this headstock shape, but at least the people who can spend over $1,000 on an Epiphone can get the open book headstock. Anyway, while the other two Epiphone Les Paul Customs use perloid inlays, this one uses real mother of pearl, which is, I mean, it looks cool, but fuck the clams, I guess. Now, this may come as a bit of a surprise, but this one also comes with a gold set of Grover tuners with the hilariously ugly kidney button shape. You know, if this version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom came with keystone buttons instead of the kidney buttons, I wouldn't complain about the price, like at all, because at least they respected this guitar enough to put the keystone buttons on it, but they don't. Man, those buttons are ugly. I almost forgot to mention this version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom is the only one that comes with a one-piece neck, which is another feature exclusive to this version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom. And last but not least, another one of the big differences between this version and the other older Epiphone Les Paul Customs is that this version comes with Gibson 490R and 498T pickups. And they are one of the pickups that Gibson makes. They're not particularly my favorite. I wish this one came with the custom buckers like the other IBGC Epiphones do, but I don't have an answer. I don't have a but. They should have that. And it's like, yeah, the Gibson Les Paul Custom comes with the 490R and 498T, but those should also have the custom buckers. Like they should just have the custom buckers. I don't know what to tell you. They should have the custom buckers. This one also doesn't have any push-pull nonsense. It just has 4 CTS pots. They claim the wiring on these new IBGC Epiphones is all done by hand, but I looked inside this one and there is some quick connect stuff in there, so it's not really honest. But anyway, that's gonna wrap up the specs for this guitar. I've talked far too much. Let's finally get into the playing demo. Some of the parts of, since we're comparing 3 guitars, it's kind of weird playing the same riff or playing the same song on them, because I either have to play the same riff 3 times or I have to play the riff and like divide it into thirds, which is really weird because most of these songs are in 4/4, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, brother. So I hope you guys go on to enjoy this comparison. I'll catch up with you guys when you're finished.
That's a clean.
We're breaking up. I found a real woman.
go to 11.
I can't make the curve, you're too heavy.
That was a lot, wasn't it, sport? I'm sure you're tired after that. I know the Epiphone community is a rowdy, vocal little bunch of grandparents, so I definitely want you guys to go down there and leave a comment and let me know what you guys thought about this comparison. Which one did you think sound the best? Which one did you think sound the worst? I definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinions because I love thoughts and opinions. For me personally, I have some thoughts. Holy shit, this is gonna be a long video. I really need to stop talking. I think that is gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I really hope you enjoyed. I know literally no one likes hearing this stuff. I don't like hearing it. I don't even like saying it, but it's the bane of my existence that it really does help. But if you guys did go on to enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you let me know, help out the engagement on this video, and help me compete with all the bigger guitar channels out there by leaving a like on this video. Just doing that helps a ton, but also definitely go down there in the comments and give me your thoughts and opinions. I really want to know what you guys think after this video. Share the video around, help spread the knowledge. And if you regularly watch this channel and you haven't already subscribed, then you are never going to get a Les Paul Custom. And if you do, it's going to be a fart. It's going to be an absolute lemon of a guitar. It's going to come with a broken headstock. Actually, while you're playing it, the headstock is going to break and it's going to land right on your cloaca. It's gonna land right on your mons pubis, and it's gonna hit you in just the wrong way that it causes like a nerve disease, and you're just in chronic pain for the rest of your life. Anyway, real quick before we go, I just want to give a big ol' shout out to my sugar daddies. They could be sugar mamas too. Who am I to assume their gender? But I just want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Cosmic Steez, A Horse Running, Jet, Solar Flare, Sunil Verma, Rob Heath, Bad Joke Gaming, Brandon's Balisong Corner, Bandage Knives, Jan Chocolate, Leagues Beneath, and Frizz Flips. These bad bitches are my current channel members, and their support really does mean a lot. If you want to join them, get a shout out in my longer videos and get access to the members only videos, which are mostly guitar videos, and just help support the channel in a bigger way, then you can go down there, click the join button. Tiers start as low as 3 schmalumpies. And if you don't want to join a membership, but you still want to support the channel out in that way, just as like a one-time thing, there's the super thanks button down there. It's like a little tip jar, like I'm your waitress at Hooters, and my bosom was just nice enough to please you visually, and you decided to leave me a nice little tip. I think I'm done being a tool, and I need to stop talking. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.